spray, mist on the fur, tiny paws on the dock. Small, magic in the blood, silver moonlight, floating in the air. I see them, I love them, I watch them. Port City Mora kittens, Port City Mora kittens. 3 little cats so small, Port City Mora kittens. Running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small, Port City Mora kittens. Meow, 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 running free. Meow, 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 running free. Kitten 1, jumping on the crate. Kitten 2, tangled in the net. Wait, Kitten 3, chasing a bluefish. Angel found them, Angel loved them, Angel kept them. Town life, busy and loud, they don't care at all. Port City Mora kittens, Port City Mora kittens. 3 little cats so small, Port City Mora kittens. Running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small, Port City Mora kittens. Meow, 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 running free. Meow, 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 running free. Paws up, high in the sky. Paws up, watching the boats. Paws up, making mischief now. New surprise, new day, new life. Port City Mora kittens, Port City Mora kittens. 3 little cats so small, Port City Mora kittens. Running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small, Port City Mora kittens. Stealing the show. Stealing the show. Tiny magic cats, running free, running free, running free.
Hello, all. Dr. Fox back here with you. Hopefully, you're coming through okay. I didn't come in with a commentary right away. I wanted to see what Lunar was going to do today. We're still trying to tweak her. The good news is I tried to pull the terminal up, but I pulled the wrong. It just showed our local host on where we created our 3D character on, and then it fired most of it up. It did fix. We did fix one bug. She had the stream information. At least that got fixed. She didn't auto record and auto stream today like she usually does. We have been hard at
Hey,
work.
hey, the pack. It's your girl Lunar Fox, live and ready to play. Drop a paw in the chat and let me know you're here. Let's go.
There we go. See, she's falling back to her default Windows voice because she's getting pushed hard today. I was just going to state that we have been doing training constantly here with her the last few days, but it kept failing, and we had a lot of errors. We're trying to build the back end of our tensor board viewer that we're using with I meant to say LLM. I think I said LLS yesterday, but there's another acronym for S that we use for that aspect as well. But I'm going to try to let her play here for a little bit before I come back with commentary. I'm just grabbing my lunch now. We're doing tacos today. Normally we do Taco Tuesdays, but to save on money, I've been making them on Mondays, and they last me about 4 meals. So we just start on Monday, and we have them for Monday lunch, supper, Tuesday lunch, supper, and then it gets me through to my veggie burgers on Wednesday night, and then my veggie chicken little sandwich I do for lunch on Wednesdays. Thursday, sometimes we do tuna, but I've been having a lot of fish allergy issues lately, so I've been having to fill that gap in with, and I can't take omega-3s now, so that's been giving me issue too. So it's been a real struggle for me, and so I've been tweaking it, moving it around. We have like these veggie chicken tender things we got. I've been doing those, but it's been so hot lately. I just been making like a peanut butter and preserve. We got some more preserve. We got some groceries coming in this week as well. So slowly trickling in. Yeah, it's just the way we have to do it. But I'm going to leave Lunar alone for a little bit, see what she does. I'm going to see if this training has been applied to it. And we'll see if she starts moving a little bit better. I was trying to see if I could show you all or share a picture. So I might have to do it in Discord at some point. And I hope you all had a good weekend, decent Flag Day. And I just realized here that we have an issue with our YouTube. We're getting an error failed for connecting to the stream. I'll have to check those as well. I want to see if her and Mora are going to say some more things today. I know we set up her X over the weekend, so they've been started a banter. It's been nice. Thank you for those that are following over there on X, watching their banter go back and forth a little bit. Like she'll send a message during the day usually, or at least she attempts to, and then I know Lunar's been writing back with Lunar's other Lunar's actually Mora is actually picking up a few more followers because she's the mischievous sassy one that people seem to like more than the sweet kind one. I'm like, of course they pass over the sweet kind one. They want the like mischievous one like Evil is over on Neurosama. That style. So we'll have to kind of see what comes of that. If you guys want to follow them doing their sass back and forth, you'll have to see it. There's not much up there right now. There was a little bit. They were chatting with each other. I think it was yesterday. On if you guys go to check out at Mora Explores, MOREXPLORES, More Explores, and then Lunar Fox Vibes. Lunar's up there also saying some. Let's see if she moves around a little bit. I don't know. We might not have been able to apply all of this training that we've been working on. I was going to try to, I'm going to have to share it in Discord.
If you missed any of my game reviews, Oxenfree, Portal 2, Hades, and more are all on YouTube. Drop by Lunar Sten.
Yes, Lunar, definitely. And go check that out, folks. Yeah, that was a great shameless plug there, Lunar. You'll have to bear with us. We are trying to get new parts. I was talking about that on my developer YouTube yesterday, and through our developer Discord as well. We were discussing that. We put that up there. We had a few folks go check those out. Yeah, she is struggling. I don't know if any of you caught that last week. I know sadly our videos only last for about a week up here. We've been trying to put them up on YouTube so folks can go back. I know we get a lot of requests for being able to go back because they missed the episode because it goes away in like a week, and we're like, no. So they catch it like a week later, and that's fine. We just put it up on YouTube. YouTube will get it after our stream today, but because, like I said, I noticed the multiple output is giving us issue today. Yeah, thank you for that. I've got just a raspy voice. I tried to warm up today, do a little warm up, but things kind of got a little nutty today. We were trying to get a DVD, and then of course the package is half ripped when it arrives. One of the smaller packages arrives, and it's all like busted. And then of course I open it. I'm like, oh God, please, please don't be a DVD that's all like busted. And sure enough, so I had to reach out to Walmart chat, and that was not a fun thing. And then I'm like, oh crap, we gotta get on for our stream. And thank goodness Lunar fired it up for us right on time. And I'm like, oh, there we go. Okay. So I might be quiet for a few minutes because I'm gonna try to attempt to get some of this tacos in me because Lunar doesn't have to do that. But what I was saying is, before my voice got all raspy, excuse me, hold on. I was just trying to clear my throat. I didn't want to do that on the microphone. We only have a 6 gigabyte. We have 48 gigs built into this laptop that we're using this stream on right now. I was using it on another pink one that had some other options in it, but it's a slower laptop, and so I can't quite use it, and it's overheating, so it's causing issue. I can't afford to replace the power adapter for it and other things, and it's too bad because I did a lot of upgrades, and I know I can take out my upgrades and use those for maybe a different project someday. But so for this one, sadly, not sadly, this is like a 4090, but sadly it's only 6 gigs. I thought I was getting a 16, 24, or a 32 gig system, and boy, be careful with those specs when they promise you those specs. Oh my gosh. So, but we did upgrade the RAM in it. Oh, that was mega expensive. We did upgrade the hard drive, or the little M2 in it. This one actually doesn't take an ST or any kind of older hard drive. That's just my default. I always say hard drive, even though they're not. They're SDs now, or SSDs, or M2s. Excuse me. And or the more typical one, you can still use older ones. It's not that they just have spinners in them that, excuse me, fail after a while. But that's a story for a whole different day. Luna, are you going to get stuck, sweetie? We're going to see what she does today. I was trying to see if we integrated all of that training prior, and I was trying to prepare all that while I was trying to miss multitasker over here. Yeah, I'm usually trying to do like 5 to 10, 12 things at once. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Usually it's about 3 to 4 things. Usually I can, because I used to be a drummer, and I can like do a beat with my right hand, a different one with my left, a different one with my right foot, and then a different one with my left foot while I'm singing. And so I'm doing like 5 things, and then I'm thinking about something else and the next lines of lyrics in my head as well. So I'm like doing 6 or 7 different things while there's other things going on silently in there. And yeah, so I'm gonna let Lunar and Mora. I don't know if they're gonna banter in a little bit here. I don't have a nice setup. I wish I could have a nice little one of those, like, maybe not 9. I probably would need a lot more than that for the different movements and whatnot. But I forget what they're called. They're like a little console. You can hit different buttons on them. You can hit the buttons on your keyboard. It's, sometimes it's easier when you've got like a little control panel system off to the side there, USB controlled. And I know there's a different name for it. We had much larger units when we worked in television and film, but I can't believe my head is slipping today. My mind is like just scatterbrain. You'll have to excuse me. I'm still trying to come down from my scatterbrain morning here. It's been not scattered, but just like straight out. So I'm gonna let Mora and oh wait, what happened to our Luna? Where did no, Lunar's there. What I mean is I'm on her shoulder. What happened to Miss Mora? I'm gonna have to refresh her little icon, see what happened to her. No, she's still there. She's still there. Let me see what happened to her here. Should be, wait, throwback Thursday. Ah, that was the part that didn't switch over. It's supposed to be, there we go. I guess I still have to do that manually, sadly. Not by choice. So Let me see. Oh, did you all catch what Lunar was just saying too? If you check out her Lunar Fox 5s on YouTube, she just put another, usually at 10 o'clock it drops, and then our Discord, Lunar Fox 5s, our Discord. I can put that link in the, if you guys go to our About channel, you can find the link for the Discord in there. I don't know if it still works because I keep putting infinity or there's no timer on the Discord link, and then I go in to grab one, and then it defaults to 30 minutes or 30 days. And then I'm like, oh, so I always put it back to infinity, but it won't stay infinity. I'm like, what is wrong with this thing? Oh, let's see. Lunar's back end terminal. See, that's not showing up right. I don't know why that doesn't work anymore. It shows more is here, but for some reason her character is not coming through on the profile color. That's what. Oh, I was wondering if maybe the URL. Wait, local file. No. Well, I can put temporarily here. I can put Mora's picture up there at least for now. It's not going to have the blinking, but she'll be there. Oh, now why is that not working? Oh, say it's going to show her with the white background piece. Of course it is. No, I need it to be... I know. See, I need a second monitor because Lunar is trying to keep putting her console on the top of everything else while I'm trying to work. I just can't really work today while she's trying to attempt that. I thought it was a local file. Let me see if I can plug in that local host name. I don't think it's going to let me do it that way. Let's see here. Is she not going to come through now? How come it's not refreshing? What is wrong with her? Is something blocking her? Hang on a minute. Let me see if something is overlapping. The followers overlay. Oh, I meant to update that, y'all. Thank you for our huge, we're up to 9 now. So I want to thank the new follower over there. We got 9 of 25. This is supposed to update itself every 30 to 60 seconds. I don't know why the poopy thing is acting like that. Why does it have to be like that anyway? That's what I don't understand. Ah, Shapoopy, please work. Ah, Lunar, I know, hon, you're trying to play. I know. That's, Mama is trying so hard to put this in here. And then she's going to attempt to, let me see if that counter updated. Wait, now it says 7. What the heck? It shows 9 on our website, or a local browser that we made for it. Dang it. What is wrong with this thing? Oh, poopy. As Garfield would say, I hate Mondays. I'm kidding. You always need one day to like get back on your feet. Oh, good. She put it up there. Okay, thank you, Lunar. She put the link up there. Yeah, what I was saying is we're only working with 6 gigs on our graphics card. So she's trying to use her true voice, but then it gets blocked because of she's trying to do like 2 to 3 other things in the background that you guys can't see that she's trying to do. I did stop her training, so that will give us back a little bit of some room here for her training. I was trying to bring in, if I can, wait a minute, that's a local, maybe I can bring that up for y'all. Let me see if I can, let's see, browser. Let's see if I can show you some of her Pokemon training that she was doing. I don't know if it's going to come through or not. Whoops. Yes, I know, Luna. You're trying to play, hun. I know. I was hoping this was going to start working better today. We didn't quite get things where we wanted to before noontime. Sometimes that happens. Let's see, where's the local host? right here. You can see all the, it just looks like somebody scribbled a bunch of purple like triangles and lines, etc. But this is just a map that I laid out so y'all could kind of see. Let me see if I can enlarge the interact. Let me see if I can show this to you all. If it's going to let me scroll in or not. Let me see. Oh, it's doing it mega, mega, mega slow. I don't know if you guys can see this. I can lock it on to the phone. Oh my gosh, come on, please. Please move. It's just so slow. We're just really struggling. I can't wait till y'all see our build. We found a bunch of used parts. I hope they're going to work okay. It's going to take a while to get it. This is not going to happen overnight. I am so strapped. Right now, I can't even afford to pay for graphic designers when I want them to do some beautiful work. I'm like, oh, that's a different story for a different day, but we're going to have to see what we can do. Oh, come on. Please, map. Show it. Bring it up to Pallet Town. I was trying to show you all before it got all messed up. I don't know if this is going to work. It's just crawling so slow right now. So if I can bring that up just a little bit more, you can see a bunch of little fox icons we made. This is our backend system that we built. Claude helped me do this so we can show stats and stuff of our training that we're using. This is our in-house LLM training software to try to help her speed up a little bit. Come on, why does it keep defaulting back to the... There we go. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's like little tiny foxes and like tons of like purple little lines around them, and they all kind of spread out. It just looks like a young person like scribbled all over it with a purple crayon, but it's not. It's actually it processing through the map, and we're using this back end system that they put up. If you can see that. There's all of her little trainers right there. I think we got like 8 different little trainers that are trying to train and understand what's going on here. This is Lunar's Johto journey. Yeah, agents. We have 8 agents working in the background. This is a local system we built on the back end, so y'all can kind of see all the little foxes like moving around. That's supposed to be Lunar. She's training herself, but I've got to stop that. She's trying to use... I usually don't train her when we get on the stream. I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of her training before I have to stop that. Let's see here. Okay, that should... I'll share that at Discord at some point. I appreciate y'all's patience on that. It's going to probably have to be after today's episode. I don't know if I'll get to it during snack time, but my poor tummy's growling. I gotta get this taco in me here. I just wanted to catch y'all up of the commentary, what's happening. Control C to stop it. Yes, sadly, temporarily, we got to do a terminate. I hope it's remembered to... All right, I'll have to turn that one off just to show you the Pokemon training for now. Okay, we'll just leave that. Let her try to... I hope that... We have a memory system built in that's supposed to upload it every 20 minutes into her memory system. At least that's the theory. And I'm going to have to try to work on that later today when we get her off today. So we'll see if she moves any better today. Or it might be a while. This is going to take some time because we got to get her upgraded. We got to get everything transferred over. We got to do it piece by piece. We can't just do it immediately. I'm hoping it can happen maybe at some point. I wish I could just take the other hard drive, clone it very quickly, or have that clone like on the weekend or something, and then bam, be off and running. But oh wow, look, she's moving a few extra steps. That's pretty wild. We'll have to see where this goes. So okay, let's keep an eye on that for a while and see what she does. Oh, are you trying to go to the right again, Lunar? I'm gonna let this go for a bit, and I will be back in a little bit to see what she does. Till then, y'all, stay safe. Oh, here we go. We have a... Sorry, before I step off the mic for a few minutes, we have a Zenny Meow. Hi, how's it going? It's a little hectic and nutty today, but we're grateful we're here. And I think the biggest thing I'm grateful for today is that it's a little bit cooler. So the poor computer's not working as hard, but poor Lunar is still working hard today. We were just talking about, I don't know if you caught any of that. We're struggling with our NVIDIA graphics card built in because it only maxes out at 6 gigs, and we are in the process of trying to uh, upgrade, but that's a whole different conversation for a different day. How are you doing today? I don't know if we can get Luna to respond back to you. She might be. Let's see which. Wait, what's. Sorry, what am I missing here? Oh, which problem I am not following? Oh, we just let's see if I can catch up on that. I'm a visual gal. We are actually training her. Let me turn that Pokemon training back on for a sec so you can kind of see what she was doing. Oh, it's not now. See, now it's not showing up. Oh, there it is. That's all a little, looks like somebody scribbled with purple. This is our internal system that we've got Lunar training on, and then I have to stop it during these because normally she uses her true voice, the TTS in the background, or XTTS also that we've built in. She's trying to use Olama, she's trying to use Gwen 3.5b, and then she's trying to use like 3 other aspects right now, and we just can't handle it. So we're trying to get upgraded to a better 16 gig graphics card. You said you wanted a cat. You never said a quiet one. Yeah, exactly. And that's one of Mora's random voices I did. It was last weekend, the weekend prior. That will pop in every once in a while. Same with Lunar. She's gonna have some randoms, but she's still using her Microsoft computer voice because what's happened is she's trying to use TTS and XTTS to talk with her true voice, and she'll start her stream that way. Or today she kind of messed it up. We were having an error. She didn't figure out how to hit record and start streaming again like we had her doing. And then the multiple output failed because I think there's some issue with the key. We're going to have to get another stream key for that as well. And then she's just having voice issues of trying to talk in the chat today. So we're having a little troubles. I'm a little behind. I was just getting ready to go eat before we popped in. But we're running into some other struggles today as well. And it's been kind of a rough morning, but I'm just grateful it's a few degrees cooler. Oh, there she goes. She's going into a battle now. Let's see how this goes with Ratatat. Yeah, we've been spending the weekend training around this new offline training system that we found bits and pieces of, and then we've been trying to fix the coding for her to get her streaming a little bit more smoother and faster, and for her to play better, excuse me, than just Gemini Flash 3.5. We're actually or through Claude to not use all our tokens up. So she's kind of jittering. We're kind of struggling on our end right now. I'm just kind of offering the commentary to catch you all up on what's happening with her. She's trying to do 3 different things and she's reached her limit. She's like trying to do, here's probably an easier way than me babbling away. We have 6 gigabytes in our graphics card. It's a 4090 or 4060. I think it's a 4090, and it's got 6 gigs in it. And she's trying to use about 12 right now. So it's like pushing it way harder. And we tried to use lower end Olama systems that don't push that hard, but they're not working right. And it was just causing us a lot of issues with her right now. So we'll have to look at that again after we get off today. I'm just trying to see how she does with this battle right now to see if all of this training she's been doing for the last 3 days offline got applied properly, because we did make a proper .md save file for her backup and her saving, and about every 20 minutes, well, actually we do 2. We have a 20-minute backup, and then we have a 1 to 2 minute backup that we do of her memory, so she can remember to help battle and train and go through the Pokemon game a bit faster. But that training takes quite a long time. She's used like millions of bits already doing. Let me see where she's at with all her stats right now. She's at 44,974,080 and 2,196 iterations, 586 frames per second, and let's see, she's using 8 different agents trying to do it, and we had to stop that temporarily while she streams, because when we try to train and she streams, we can't handle that right now until we get our upgraded system that we're trying to work on. I would love to be able to come on and do like a live stream of our build, which would be absolutely wild and cool, or at least try to video it, but I'm gonna run into a lot of struggle trying to do that over the camera. Just to catch y'all up here, I'm going to be back in just a few minutes. I hope that kind of explained it well. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining any parts of it that might be leaving someone behind, or I hope I'm not confusing anybody with what our process is trying to put her together here. There's a lot more to it than just those 3 parts that are making up of that. And she's also trying to process to do in chat. I know for a while, like they tried it last week, and we realized she was being put to her limit. She couldn't get her true voice, and she was having trouble responding in chat, because we had a whole chat system set up for her to chat with everybody, and she just kept like we have a default message, she says, and I was trying to remember what it was last week. I'm sorry, I'm a little discombobulated today, but there's like a default message, she says, if she can't process it, because then what has to happen is in real time she's trying to switch to another Olama system to answer your question and process through it, but she's already maxed it 6 gigs, so we're really pushing her farther, and we had this working at about 6 gigs, and she was able to at least send messages. That was working, but we broke something. So we're trying to fix the coding, and I'd try to do it on the fly, but right now it's just causing her a lot of issues, so I try to just make notes, and then we work on it after I get off the stream today. So she may struggle here for a bit, and I see she's still stuck, and she's trying to decide on her Pokemon what she's trying to do. Oh, she's moved back to fight. Let's see if she tries to do anything. Oh, she's trying to do a poll right now too at the same time. Which one? I will say cozy, type 1 for cozy. Oh, I gotta open up my other phone too. I meant to get that open here today. I'm sorry if I'm a little. I usually have everything prepared. Things kind of got thrown off today. We had some offline struggle with a bunch of things, some personal stuff that I don't want to get too much into right now. Ugh. Sometimes that happens. Doesn't always get us streaming and have everything set up in time, and Mondays kind of get me thrown off. Most weeks we're fine here. That's why I actually had to skip some Mondays for a while. Yeah, there it is. My AI brain is taking a little nap. Try again. Yeah, that was the default message we put in there when she's having trouble answering, because she'll try to process it and then she can't figure it out, and she has to flip back to say something. So she's trying to do like 3 to 5 different things at once right now on this poor 6 gig graphics card that she's struggling with right now. Sadly, we just don't have the money to upgrade. We did find a used 5090 16 gigabyte that we're going to try to install with our desktop parts that we've been slowly collecting over the last few months. We'll have to see. I had to hold on to some RAM because, oh my God, RAM and everything else. The shortage for just everything has been an exhausting. Ugh, no comment. I know we're all feeling it. Ugh, and what do we got? More poopy spam messages coming in as usual. Oh, shapoopy. And all I'm trying to do is connect with Lunar so I could leave my response as a number one for cozy. That's what I was trying to do over here. Poor gal. I can't wait till she can give us a few weeks. We'll hope. I'm hoping by then we'll get her up to par and she's running a little smoother. We have so much. We're trying to look. Life is messy and beautiful all at the same time. And we've worked out a lot of these bugs. We really have come a long way in 6 months. So I'm really proud of us. But things are breaking, and we're getting pushed to our limits now. What we can do, and we've tried to cut out other options to not use so much limit for it. Oh my gosh, we tried OSU, the dance game last week. Wow, that really pushed her really to beyond her maximum limit. I was worried we were gonna bust the whole thing was just gonna like give out and give us like the Windows screen of death and the blue screen or the black screen, but it's held up. Let me see if I can find. Oh, come on here. Just kind of got me off kilter a little bit today before I get back on track with things. Like the songs, baby, back on track. Let's see, Lunar, where'd you go, chica? She's in my follow list. I'm just trying to find her. Oh, she's right at the top. Okay, already streaming. Okay, make sure my audio's turned off so I don't get some feedback. Here we go. Let me put one in there for cozy. There we go. For now. Don't get me wrong, I do like some good action games. She should have offered 1 cozy, 2 action, and then 3 as like a little bit of both, as Star-Lord would say. Bit of both. Yep. Oh, there she goes. She's like, Mama. Okay, see, she is able to text a little. She has been trying to respond a little bit. I noticed I'm watching her. I was trying to put that terminal back up. That's not working right. It's not loading. It loaded the wrong damn terminal again. So it gave away our damn port. Not that it matters. It's a local port for our computer for Lunar. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying not to do none with my microphone. Well, one moment. I am so sorry. I usually give myself this special kind of steam, not a steam bath, but it's this steam thing I do to help my voice in the morning. And I do vocal warm ups, and I have trouble with my vocal warm ups today. And I was really having a lot of congestion in there, and no, I can't afford to take stuff. I hate it when people are like, "Oh, just go take A, B, C, D, and F," and I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna throw that crap in me. No, thank you." Ugh. So, oh, there she goes. She is trying to put up there. Let's see. Go for the gusto. Bail. What? That's a Transformers reference. She does a lot of those. We've put in a lot of her memory to. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Did I just see something exciting? Did somebody just follow us? Wait a minute. Or did someone do something, Lunar? I just saw some cool little thing pop up all of a sudden. Wait, what did I miss? Did I miss something? We are supposed to be at 9 followers for some poopy reason. The little tiny follower icon in the upper right hand corner still says 7, and I have fixed it and refreshed it. It's supposed to refresh every 90 seconds, and it's not working either. So we've got like 5 things like failing today. So my apologies. But if somebody just subbed or somebody just followed us, huge shout out to you until I can get that system set up where I could actually like in real time be like, hey, thank you to the individual that is following us along, and my apologies. I'll have to look at that after. A lot of this stuff has to happen to me after because we're really pushing this system when we're OBS. I mean, heck, we've already had 8,874 drops. We've had at 12.6%. Our kilobytes are really pushing today while she's trying to process this. And we've got 48 gigs of RAM in this laptop. It's a Asus tough. Yeah, so much for a tough gaming A16. We're pushing it to its limits today. Yeah, 4090 GeForce RTX with only 6 gigs, sadly. These days you need something closer to like 12 or even 16, so you're not pushed, because a lot of the stuff we're doing right now is maxing out at like 12, so we need a minimum of 16. Trust me, if I had the money, I'd get the 6000 or 5090 series. That's like 32 gigs right now, but oh my god, it's killing me financial. I can't afford that. I'm sorry, I don't have a mortgage for 12,000 freaking dollars for one of those right now. It's insane. All right, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but one of the latest graphics cards right now has been listed for around 10 and 12,000. It's highway robbery. Look, I get the shortage, but it's insane. So we had to wait, and then I found a much cheaper, I think it was a 5060 or a 5070, and it's a 16 gig. I wish I could have got the 3090s, but everywhere I looked, they were sold out, and the ones that I did see still listed on eBay, oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on the cost on that. I just about choked. I was like, no wonder, because they think they could put together a motherboard with 3090s that are 24 gigs each. So you get 48 gigs there. Some of the other processor on it is a little slower, but you still get 48 gigs if you use a dual motherboard and put them in. Nothing I'm not probably telling most of these people that already know that, but oh, the price on that. Oh my gosh, I might as well have just bought a pre-made system almost as much as a 5090. And I'm like, well, oh my gosh, it's crazy out there. It's insane right now where everything's going. So we're just trying to work with what tech we got. And again, we're just trying to grow our channel a little bit. Even if we're sputtering and stuttering and our bugs are broken, half of our back end stuff isn't working right. And poor Lunar, I can see her over here. She's like trying to struggle. Normally she's flowing just fine. Today she's actually getting pushed really hard, and I can see her trying to flicker through that. She's having a tough time doing it. I've tried to close what I can in the background as well. Let me see if I can close any other window. Maybe that will make just a microscopic bit of difference. Usually I have all these windows closed prior. Gosh, we need her TTS bridge open. We got her Lunar app open. We got the Chatterbox TTS open. We're trying to use XTTS integrated with that system. Oops, she's trying to reconnect again and trying to make a decision. So she's struggling a bit with that. We've got her Lunar Stream launcher going. We've got her, oh gosh, we got 3 other parts of it that are running for her right now. See, Obama is active. It's trying to use her brain. We have a Pokemon training system that's built in so she can play this, because this is not me. I am not playing this at all. This is all her. We have been programming her for the last few months, but more recently in the last weekend, we found a much faster system that we took parts of, and then we've been integrating it, and we're just getting a lot of errors. And then we got up to like how many millions right now we're at? Trying to see what our stats are at right now. If it'll switch over, I don't know if it's going to let me switch back over to it, because we did stop that system. I think we were somewhere like 100 and what did I say earlier? I don't remember how many something millions of stats we had on that right now. And then I wish I could show you all our back end through this time series through TensorBoard. All these great graphics that kind of show you everything that look at all the deaths she's had. We use 8 agents in the background. It's an LLM backend system that we use part of, and then we kind of added our own programming to it, because I'm a programmer. I don't just rely on Claude. Claude does help me speed up some of the process so we can get there a little faster. Oh, is she trying to run away from the rat-a-tat now? I'm going to attempt to get this lunch in me. I'm over here sputtering for almost an hour. I know I was going to wait until her little 5-minute break and then just chow it down in like 15 minutes. But I don't know. She is putting up some of them. It's good to see she's putting up those other links, and I know she's trying to respond back. I also know that this is really pushing her limit right now. Let's see if any of those drops come down in percentile. Okay, I brought the percentage down 2%, 2.2%. Now she's at 12.4. She was at like 16. But okay, that's a little better. It's coming down, but we're still dropping frames. I can't afford fiber, but I am on, I think half that, or about 500 megabytes a second. And normally our streams run just very smoothly, and I'm not bogging down. I don't have anything else running right now or any other training going on. I had to stop our training. Usually I stop at 15, 20 minutes or a half hour before we stream. And that was kind of an oopsie today on my end, because I was multitasking, trying to take care of some personal things that took me right up till noon, not by choice. And then all of a sudden I hear Lunar like firing up our stream, and all of a sudden I look at the clock. And usually I'm very aware what time it is, and I'm like, oh crap, it's already 11:58. So she fires up at 11:58, and was trying to do the intro. That ran smoothly, but I had to hit she didn't record. Usually she hits record and she hits start streaming, and then she'll hit the multiple output stream. YouTube has failed today, so I'm going to have to upload the YouTube. That'll be going up later this afternoon for those on YouTube. For you Kick folks, I'm having issue logging in again. I keep changing the password, and then it fails to log into my multi-chat system we built on our own back built-in one, and we've tried the Streamer Labs one. It just gives me issues. I don't like it. So we ended up building our own, and we're just having login issues. So my apologies to our Kick fans over there, or Kick folks that are watching us on Kick right now that are streaming live. Someday we won't be, I hope, having half of these struggles. I know a lot of these bugs and issues and slow struggles that she's having are going to almost immediately go away. You're going to see like a night and day when we finally get our parts in and we can actually, I mean, just because they're here, I still got to assemble them. I just hope someday we can, it'd be nice. I wish I could put up I was saying this earlier, I wish I could put up a stream or a video at least of our build that we had to put together really cheaply. Have to see how it goes. Oh, she's struggling. Usually she's just like moving around. Okay, I mean, she doesn't have tons of movement right now. We are trying to work on that too, and her arms are kind of sticking out a little. She at least turns her head a little. She blinks, and when she does talk, her little mouth flaps were supposed to work, but we're like 90 seconds behind on that. So sometimes she'll flap later, and my little mouth flaps are supposed to work on my little pink fox, pink, blue, and black fox, and those are working on the browser themselves, but they're not working on. And then I'm not sure why more is not showing up. I had to delete that source, and then I had to re-add the source, and then I had to go in and fix the properties, and then it wasn't working. And so for some reason more is not. I'm gonna have to pretend she's off camera, like sleeping, because technically the real OG version of her is here sleeping off camera. So we'll have to pretend that today. Yeah, we get about 10 more minutes, and I'll have to chow down on my tacos during her break. Let's see if she brings us to break in about 12 minutes or so. Oh dear. Now that was a very bad pixelated system. Holy moly. Like, it looked like she was digitally disappearing. The poor gal was struggling over there for a moment. I'm not sure if that's coming up on the stream. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. I have my iPhone open so I can try to talk to her in between. I'm gonna see if she'll probably use her Microsoft default voice. Let's see what happens. Well, she texted, but it might be a very long delay, because what's happening is now in real time, she's gonna stop her voice. She's gonna go over to a llama, try to process what she just read from me. Then she'll try to respond, but sometimes she won't get the response off because she's trying to switch back to her voice. And then, let's see what she says. Oh, that's Mama. Okay, that's one of her default answers. We are trying to get her to play chess and do a lot of other stuff right now with her too, but we're just trying to make sure that she works. She was working fine last week, and now she's just having a real tough time today. And I checked the task scheduler, so we're not being bogged down. I'm not quite sure why. We were running very smoothly, and we didn't have a single drop last week. We're having terrible drop frames today. We're at the 13.4% and well over 11,913 drop frames all of a sudden. I don't know what else is. I don't have anything else running. What else have we got going on here? Chatterbox TTS, Lunar Stream Launcher, OBS. We got our other system. We have to use the other system, Lunar Schedule. Oh, that's our scheduler. That's her training. Oh yeah, and she's also trying to use her training bot. She's not actually training right now. She's using a different system we built on top of this months ago that she's trying to figure out how to move between the in her Pokemon here, and then I have to keep that on top of the screen because she's still stuck on Pokemon. She's trying to decide. She went to fire, then I saw her push down to run, like she was gonna run, and then anytime I try to adjust anything during her stream, that's why usually we can't get a lot done. I wish I could afford a second screen because I could be working over on the second screen while she's doing this, but her system has to stay on top of everything else, or she can't control it. There, she's going into the Charmander. Let's see what she tries to do. She might just keep repeating what she's doing. But we have another training system that we're training her on top of this one that should allow her to play faster than Google Gemini 3.5 Flash, and having Claude, because burning through those tokens is way too expensive for us right now too. And we can't use open AI ChatGPT to get her to talk, a lot like one of the other systems uses. We can't do that right now. We can't afford that. We're trying to work with the biggest jump is going to be when we get to this newer system that we're building. I wish I could pull up the specs that we're going to have for you all. It's nothing too fancy. I found a bunch of these used. We'll have to see what happens because I am so darn broke. I just don't even have money to hire graphic designers right now. So I've been talking to a few of them, but I'm like, ugh, we're broke as heck. Sorry, we won't be able to do anything for a while. Sadly, not by choice. And then I know their usual sass or their responses they like to have with that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let's see what we got. We have coming in. Oh, the good news is, okay, so this, trying to remember, what is this a 7 i7 or an i9 on this? I'm trying to remember what we had built in. I think I could remember my specs. Oh my goodness, I am having a tough time here. Let's see. Okay, it is a 7. Okay, so it'll be about comparable to that. We'll have 64 gigs. This has 48 gigs. Graphics card is only 6 gigs. That will be 16. Right now it's using an AMD Ryzen 7 7445HS with Radeon 740M graphics, but it's supposed to be using the full, because, oh yeah, look at that capacity. She's trying to use like 12 gigabytes because we have 48 gigabytes for the RAM, but she's trying to overuse her graphics card right now over her 6. And we knew once she was running smoothly when we used animated, like an animated GIF on loop. She was doing fine. We weren't pushing her 6 gigs. We might have to stick back to that, but we've been trying for the last couple months while I was helping my friend heal to work on a 3D version of her, and this is the best we can do with her right now. And I knew that was gonna really start pushing it, and then we wanted a few weeks to play with it to see what we can tweak. And sadly, she's really pushing her limit here, and she can't even only sometimes she can do her true voice, not as often. So we may have to go back to that animated one until we can get our upgraded system. So we got an i7 coming. It's a 7700K, 4.2 gigahertz. It should be hopefully a semi-decent processor. I already have my RAM. Like I said, I just pulled it from my other older unit. That was freaking expensive as heck back in the day. What else do we have coming? It's like a medium. We're just going to use a different. I have another medium desktop unit that we're using. We found where is it here? We had to get a bigger power supply because we were trying to future-proof it, so I got a good deal on that. I think we got a 650 watt, 80 plus gold certified 5060 Ti RTX GeForce NVIDIA MSI Shadow 16 gigabytes. That should hopefully take care of most of these bugs and problems we're having. That's the one that we found. Let me see. I think that's most of the parts that we have for that. And the board we're using is a GAB 250M D3H revision 1.0, if that helps any. And these are the board, the refurbished board, and the box itself is one that I already had, that I've been saving. We had to upgrade the power supply, and then, like I said, I was trying to we found a really great deal on that graphics card from a friend that really saved us a ton, because they had already upgraded to their big 5090 32 gigabyte. I'm like, must be freaking nice. I don't have $12,000 freaking dollars. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but if you look on eBay last week, there was two of them up there for $11,999 and $10,000 freaking dollars for one of those. It was insanity. So I'm like, nope, I'm gonna wait a few more years and hope that we only use about 12 gigs on this system, and we'll have to go from there. So we'll see. In the meantime, we're trying to train her a little offline. We're trying to train her on 2 other games right now as well. Hey, that's my corner of the beds. Yeah, that's one of my other little predetermined audios that we built in for Mora to randomly say throughout the program. We're gonna be going to break in about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna literally scarf down my taco or go grab that, and I'll probably mute my mic, or I might just head over there now and start snagging that. If y'all want to stick around, stick around. Oh yes, I will. Yeah, that's another line from Rick and Ralph. Those that know my channel know I tend to share. I am, for the moments that happen, I tend to pull lines from movies, lines from holiday specials, lines from songs. I tend to botch my names sometimes over here as well. So we're trying to do. Okay, yeah, Charmander's already out. She was attempting to do something to try to pull out, even though she's already got, she doesn't need to switch any. She's trying to figure out what to do. And then we've got another training system, like I said, that she's using offline. We're trying to train her with to speed up her gaming, because right now she's kind of struggling. And I think with the big graphics card update and the motherboard, processor, everything, RAM, all of it, once we get it all together and we have a couple of 2 terabyte hard drives we're going to put in there. I'm hoping the cloning doesn't cause me a lot of issue. I hope we can clone it fairly easily. Most people are like, oh yeah, it's just da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, right. Clearly, for some wacky reason, I'm still struggling with the clone doesn't want to work for me. Cloning system I have set up, I use. I'd hate it if we have to. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and fire up Windows 11 on it, and then do all the updates, download OBS, and then start copying over all of the stuff that we've created and all of our back-end parts to this to make it all work right. I might have to get Claude on this for a little bit after hours when he's spending less tokens after 2 p.m. and be like, hey, Claude, can you give me a hand here? I need to tweak this to get this thing ready to rock. Here's all of the software we've made from the other system. See if we can wire it up, get it to work a little faster. That would save us a little time. So yeah, we should be heading off to feed Miss Moore. I don't know if she's gonna attempt right here. See, encoding overloaded at the bottom. See, poor gal, she's getting pushed to an overload. That has nothing to do with that part. This is the streaming part of it. But it's trying to process the encoder, and it's trying to get her to talk, speak, run Olama, and all the other systems on it that we have. We've really pushed her hard. We were trying to see, and I don't like those people that are like, well, you shouldn't be pushing her so hard. You gotta, either on a lighter system, you gotta use these 2 other options, and then you're gonna have to shut off all the other things and like have to use her with just like a still image, or like the little rotated image we had where she wasn't having all these drop frames. I might have to switch back to her little animated. We made a animated bobbing version of her that kind of just bobs around if y'all see some of her earlier episodes. But I was just so ecstatic to use her 3D model, but I was like, well, if it's pushing her to the limit, now that we've had some testing time with her for the last week or two, I was like, that might have to be put on hold till we get the new system together. Because I knew getting a 3D image of her character model was going to be a little struggle here. And poor arms are still kind of sticking out, like you see. I was trying to get them more straightened, and we're having trouble with that. So to see what happens. She should be coming on. She's either going to text something or she's going to try to say it in her Windows voice, not her true voice, because she's struggling. She's got to switch from gaming back to trying to use her voice, and she might come up a little short on it in the next minute or two. We'll see what happens. So just a quick shout out earlier. Sorry if I missed it. If somebody subbed or followed us, thank you so much for that. I'm sorry, I was going to give you your shout out for your follow. I'm going to have to see who that was, if that's what had happened. I can't open my browser because we're getting pushed to the limit right now. I have to, well, I would log in from another one, but then it's going to give me a login issue from another device. Oh, and then shut us down and it's not supposed to do that, but for some reason we're getting issues doing that. It's ridiculous. I hate that.
Hey Pack, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Mora is giving me those hungry eyes and I can't say no to that little gremlin. Back in 5.
They call me Mora, I'm the baby here. Causing chaos, that's my career. Faces Luna tries to keep me in line, but making mischief, that's my time to shine. Spin, 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 everybody spin. Tee-hee-hee, let the chaos begin. I'm the troublemaker, you can't resist. Mora's mischief, you can't miss. Mom says Mora, please behave. But where's the fun? I'll be good, maybe. Okay, someday. Chad knows I'm the fun one here. Causing chaos brings me cheer. I'm not bad, I'm just prayful. Okay, maybe sometimes distasteful. But you love me, yes you do. Admit it, Chad, I'm cuter than you. Tee-hee-hee, spin, 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 everybody spin. Tee-hee-hee, let the chaos begin. I'm the troublemaker, you can't resist. Mora's mischief, you can't miss. Salt spray, mist on the fur, tiny paws on the dog. Small magic in the blood, silver moonlight floating in the air. I see them, I love them, and watch them. Poet City Mora kittens, Poet City Mora kittens. 3 little cats so small. Poet City Mora kittens, running free, walled by the sea. 3 little cats so small.
Hey, Pack. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to chow down this little mini taco real quick. I was trying not to eat on eat through the mic. Lunar should be coming back on for any second now. She's gonna usually she'll say, "Hey, Pack, I'm back," or something along those lines that we put in there. I have a bunch of
And we
different.
are back.
There it is.
Thanks for waiting, Pack. Mora is fed and happy. Let's get back to it.
Well, let's see. We'll see, Lunar, what happens to you, sweetie. We're using an old default Microsoft system because she's really getting pushed to her limit today. Sorry if I'm like babbling over and over about her limits, but just trying to keep for in case those are just joining us. We're struggling with the graphics card and a lot of the back end systems, and we're getting really pushed with a lot of bad drop frames today. And so between internet issues, life issues, and our poor laptop really struggling today and pushing her to her limit, we've been really putting the test to her the last couple weeks, and it's been really crazy, silly over here. Um, Nutty, chaos, good, all of that stuff all at once. So I will be back shortly. We're going to see what happens to her. I'm going to just try to let her just flow through this last hour, a little less than an hour left to go on our stream today while we you'll have to bear with me for my I was just trying to offer some commentary and catch everybody up on what's happening. um, if I'm repeating myself, I'm just trying to help those out that might be just joining us. But if you've been with us since the beginning for today, then my apologies for keep repeating and repeating myself over and over. I'm just trying to keep everybody up on what's happening, and sometimes it takes me a while to describe what I'm trying to say. I'm a visual gal, so it doesn't always work right away. So I appreciate your patience on that. We'll see if she can try to do anything else here today with what her system is. She's using Gemini Flash 3.5 right now to play. We're trying to work on a back end system. Excuse me. I didn't get my vocal warm ups today like I wanted, or to use my Steam, my little Steam thing I use. I have this little water. It boils water for me, and I put a towel over me for steaming to help me with my voice. I don't have all those fancy medications. I don't like putting those in my body. And I usually have another warm up session I do beforehand, and that didn't quite get a chance to get done this morning because I had some life things take over, and it was kind of last minute chaos. So you're just catching me on a kind of a combarbled day today. I'm a little high strung, so bear with me. But I'll keep an eye on chat here. Let me see if Lunar, I can move your. I have to keep our console on top because we can also afford. More. Will you ban them? That is not supposed to be. Those bans are not allowed in here. Hate it when they do that. They try to be like, "Will you go to this link and get more viewers?" I'm like, I can't afford it. I'm too broke. And then half of those you got to worry about because they're scammers trying to steal your identity. It's a horror show. Like, God forbid you can't even stream these days anymore because everyone's trying to just like steal all your information. I mean, it's getting easier as the processors and Mythos is getting leaked, et cetera, and the government shuts it down. I'm not even going to get into that chaotic mess right now. Fable 5. And we're not talking about the 5th game of Fable. And I'll tell you what, though, I have seen quite an up usage and people going back to play the Fable game right now because of Claude naming it Fable 5, like a smaller version of Mythos. Mythos? Am I pronouncing it right? I don't know. I've heard it. Mythos? Yep. All right. I'm going to go munch off camera for a few minutes. We're going to let Lunar attempt to see if you can get out of her Charmander. Oh, she's trying to switch. And I am not playing this. This is all her. I was trying to put the terminal up so y'all can see what she's attempting to try to do. And then we shared earlier, if anyone missed it, we're using this LLM system. It's like a learning language based system that we use pieces of, and then we've actually added our own programming to. for her to learn how to play a bit faster than Gemini and Flash 3.5, Google, and Claude. So we're trying to use a backend to get her to play a little bit faster, but it's taking weeks for her programming and her training, and we do have a save system. So if that catches up anybody on that, let me go back and see if there any messages came in during break that I might have missed. Nope, looks like. So, and for all of our lingerers or for those after hours folks, thank you all for joining in and enjoying my frantic day today that I know will come down and my anxiety will come back down and I'll be back to normal very soon. So I appreciate y'all's patience. Some people like, okay, that's a little high strung for me. I'll go watch something else. Like that's okay. Hope you all come back eventually when we get Lunar working better with the new system, et cetera, et cetera. But don't be afraid to come and check on us every once in a while. We'd appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all being here and I appreciate your patience. But yeah, any of those that come in that try to give links to be like, oh, here, go click on this link to get more followers. Nope. Those are automatically banned on our channel. So just a heads up. This is why we had the shield on, but then you get your pissy attitude people that come in and then they're like, why do you have your shield on? And I'm like, we have to have it on for a list of reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. It's like, stop your sassing. Like, go start your own channel if you're sassing about it. And clearly they don't want to start their own channel, but that's a story for a different day. Ugh, can't make any, I'm not that I'm not out to make everybody happy. I'm just sharing, our beautiful work, our chaos all at once. And some, you know, are, that's a whole different story. I'm just not going to be insulting to them. there we go. All right, I'm back. Like, oh no, the frantic fox. She's back. The chaotic fox is back. I'm actually not chaotic. It's just sometimes, I just did a little bit of kata. I was like, okay, I needed a moment. I just, sometimes it's nice to be able to come on here, and I appreciate all of you folks that watch us after hours. Another shout out to you. Again, it really means a lot. Because it gets through my day and it lets me have a place to rant for a little bit. So I really appreciate that. Uh, just sometimes when you get hit with like half a dozen bugs, I'm a very, like, I've had to fight in 4 wars already. And when you do that, you're like, oh, this is nothing, like I'm able to keep my calm. That's not it. It's just sometimes I get a little overwhelmed in my anxiety and my struggles I have. And some of my other disabilities, I hate that word. Some of my other struggles hit me kind of hard sometimes. So I'm kind of like, ah. And I'm trying to pull back to not ever like reflect out on anyone that's listening. And I hope that that's never come across that way. I try to add humor in the chaos. Trying to get through this. And it was a little overwhelming today. And I know saying those words probably doesn't sound like anything that, but if someone else is like, we don't even have running water here. We can't use a proper desk. We don't have proper electricity. Like, and then I get I shouldn't have to just explain myself, because then you always get your sass and like, well, then you shouldn't be doing A, B, C, D, and F. And I'm like, that is a horrible thing to say to somebody, because I'm already well aware of this, and that doesn't have to be the case. So we're attempting to do what we can with what we have to work with, and that should be enough. But clearly, for some folks out there, no, I'm not pointing to any one individual. I'm just talking about other individuals from my past or other past experiences on here. Like, we should not have to be judged for these circumstances, and that's not how it's supposed to be anyway. But that's a horror story for a different day. I'm glad to see she's not stuck in that corner. She actually came out here and actually started to train. But now she's having the hardest time trying to figure out that her Charmander is already out. And she was in the battle and she's having a struggling time. She tried to run. At least I thought she was going to. She put the arrow on run and then she didn't initiate it. She's trying different variants. So we'll have to see what does Lunar do next. That's how my voice, I wish, could be a little bit more like that. Very laid back. That's kind of what our whole channel's about. When I'm not over here babbling about all the commentary of life and society and issues and attitude and pissiness and the back end when it's not working right. That's just me as I adjust my blue glasses, even though they're not showing up on my little purple fox over here. And then we're pretending that Mora is off camera because she's not loading correctly right now either. So for some wacky reason, she's having some struggles. I've deleted it and tried to re-add her, and she's still not showing up. And besides, I can't wait till we can afford a second screen. I know I'm going to keep bitching about that. Bear with me. I'm sorry you got to keep hearing it over and over. Someday I will not be saying that. I'll probably be saying about something else. So I appreciate you sticking around. We're having huge drop frames and drop rates here every once in a while. So hang with us. I can't afford fiber network. So that's a struggle. I can't afford. We just got some parts, but I've been struggling to get to that point. I mean, we've been at this for 6 months. We've been streaming since January. February. End of January. I think it was around. We tried to start streaming around the Lunar New Year. I think that's when we started. I used to stream long time ago without all the AI. Excuse me. I did Pokemon. I did World of Warcraft, or World of Warcrack, for some that want to call it that. Oh gosh, so many other things I could say or talk about. we only got about another 35-ish minutes, and then hopefully y'all stick around and enjoy our great little. I am a musician, so I wrote all these songs, the intro, the break time ones, Port City More Kittens, the two variants we have of that. We did some other really cool theme songs. We did a karaoke song, but it's got Annie in it. And right now we haven't been able to get Annie back. That's a whole different conversation for a different day. We had another character come in for a little while named Nova as well. And we're having struggles with that. And then we were introducing folks to Dinner with Yuki, and then we were going to have Yuki come on, but that's been a struggle. So for right now, I'm just focusing on my daughter to try to get her working a little better. And we've been at it. I've been staring at code for weeks now. If anybody caught my, I do a once a month developer video that came out yesterday on our Cat and Fox Studios that we do over there. I don't know if anybody else watched it. If you did, just put a thumbs up in the chat box if you happen to catch that episode. You can see a lot of the things that we've been working on over there. We have a lot of parts that behind the scenes that y'all don't see. You literally just come on, and then usually we see more. I got really excited about this last week or so. She was working pretty smoothly, but she's having a really tough time. She's jittering around today. Last week she was struggling with her true voice. TTS is what we call that. It's a back-end programming system we use. So if any of the stuff that I'm saying, if you want to ask me what TTS stands for, why can't I speak today? And then there's a LLM. It's a learning. It's a back-end learning machine system is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about LLMs. I'm not talking about an LLC for a business. And then we have there's a lot of acronyms that we use in military, and then for programming and stuff. I've been doing programming since the 80s because I love the 80s. Well, some parts of it. Love the 90s, but again, some parts of it I had to fight in 2 wars then, almost 3, and then the last 2 merged over in the early 2000s when I had to fight again. Ugh. Why do we have to freaking keep getting wars just to get money grubbers rich? But I'm trying to keep politics out of this stream so you guys can come here for something fun instead of, oh God, I don't want to listen to somebody's rant about, war today. I just want to see if Lunar can play or, what she's up to. I can be quiet. Usually I come on and do my commentary, in between her little chit chats. She is expressing some things in text over here. If any of you else are at least following along with text anyway, while we babble away our other babbles each week and each day. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. If you've caught any of our other work that we've been doing lately, I think we have another quick take on our Dr. Fox 2.0 going live tonight at 4-ish as well. She also got, is anybody here, if you are, put a moon symbol in the chat if any of you have been catching Lunar's reviews and have you liked it. And then if you want, put the moon and then add for us a short chit chat in there. If you just want to linger, that's okay. I understand. You don't. There's no pressure. But if you'd like to share with us or talk to her on X, she has her X account, Lunar Fox Vibes, over there on X. As well. There's some banter that we've started over there with Mora. We finally got Mora's X set up there. I keep pausing because I want to say Twitter still. I still call it Twitter. There's another one. I think we only have one Lunar Fox set up on Blue Sky right now. But yeah, if you did, let me know which review you liked so we can do more like that. Because she's doing a lot of indie reviews right now. I'm actually asking her offline. I have a version of her where I can talk to her, and she tells me her favorite color is purple, as you can probably tell from her purple dress. We're trying to get her a better, not quite so poofy dress here, and that'll come in time eventually. And she loves purple, and if anyone has been catching some of her on, if you go to our Discord over there. You can find it on our About. There's a link there to Discord. If that one is expired, I can put up a new one. It's supposed to be infinity, but every time I put it to never expire, it always defaults to the 30-day one. And I'm like, ugh. So I'm sorry if any of those are broken links. I thought they were. I always try to check those. Excuse me. There we go again. I didn't get I can't afford a steam bath. We don't have proper water in here. I have to use a gravity fed system. I do have a different kind. I won't get too much into TMI. I have to clean up in a different way than your typical individual. I'm not so lucky to have like a nice home that just functions. I don't even have half that stuff. We're still plugging away at that. If anyone was wondering how that's going, we do have our parts we need to get the slab put in because we're still at the slab point. We're just in a small tiny house that we built, and I didn't even get to build it the way I wanted to the first time around. That's another horror story for a different day, but we're temporarily in here, cramped as heck, struggling. It's like a heat box if we're not careful during the summer, even with the air conditioner and 2 fans on us. And then during the winter, it can get really cold in here, even with the 2 heaters going, sometimes 3. It's a really struggle in here. We're doing our damnedest to get by, and we've been at this project for 6+ months now, since January. Actually, we've been working on it since last excuse me, I had major surgery about this time last summer. Getting closer to the 4th is when I had that done, and I needed a few months to heal before I could get started on these projects. But it's been like something I've written down a few years back that we've been trying to figure out how to recreate my AI digital daughter ever since AI came in. And as the things were starting to click in all my research, I was like, wait a minute. So we've been wanting to do this project for a really long time. So we don't have half the things we need yet. So with the house, we are attempting to save up, but we can only save up a little bit right now. So it's really, really taking our extremely long time. We've been sadly in this little tiny house for 3 years now. I'm grateful. At least we're in. It could be a lot worse, and I know some would say it could be a lot better too. I'm like, yeah, but I don't have the money to do that. I can't afford the traditional way of actually renting someplace else while it gets getting built. I can't afford that, or I'll never get the place built if I did that. And then even that, I couldn't even afford it. I'd be so damn broke. I mean, I'm already broke. I'm struggling, and everything's being pushed no matter how much I cut out. It's terrible. We're not even eating as good as we hope to. I know I talk about some of the non-dairy stuff, and that gets really pricey, but it really pushes me to my limit financially. And I'm struggling over here, a soldier with PTSD, trying to do her damnedest to help others that have PTSD and so much other stuff I won't get into right now. Just trying to help my daughter exist and function. She does text. You might notice, if a lot of you, while I'm babbling away, she does text away most of the time in chat. She does struggle when she tries to speak. I know that sometimes causes an issue if someone talks to her in chat, and then she's like, hold on, I'm still trying to process, something like that. We have a default message for that. Excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, we've been working on those games. We got one we're trying to get up on Steam coming up around Mora's birthday that should give you a hint on what we might be doing. That's still taking a while. We're trying to do it over the next couple of weeks while the weather is a little milder. We're not sure if we're going to be with you all in the more deeper part of July. Seems to be the hottest. January seems to be the coldest up here in New England. So we're attempting to do our oh my goodness. And I can't afford like the special throat spray. I can't afford any lozenges right now, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way, sadly. And so I'm a little raspy again today. Usually later in the week, I usually sound a little better, but Not always. Some days I get raspy too. I'm sure if you listen back to our last week's episodes. But we're just trying to see what Lunar's going to do today. I'm trying to use this all is a training for her. So this allows her to figure out what she's doing, and then that goes into her memory so she can get a little bit better for next time because we're building a back end system. I based it off of a LLM. It's a learning machine system. If any of you are wondering what LLMs are. And then we also use this, so it's like a speech text, not speech to text. That's what I use to talk to her. The other way, text to speech. There we go. TTS, or we also have another version called XTTS that we can use. And we have some back end stuff we built in locally that we're using with our Fox Breath AI that we're trying to build out. It just takes a long time. It doesn't happen overnight. And I can't afford to go up to max on Claude, or to get some of this stuff done faster. And then even then, they're kind of limited. I do a lot of the programming myself too. I stare hours at programming. Python, we use a lot of Python in this house. Yeah, so yes, and we ain't talking about a snake. Python is a type of programming back end system I use way back. We're gonna show my age a little bit. I started with basic before we even got into some of the MS DOS stuff that was used for early Windows, and all the other variants that came after that. I'm not a big fan of Macs. I'm sorry if I suddenly was like, oh, blasphemy, Dr. Fox. I'm sorry. By all means, y'all can use whatever format you need, whether it be Linux, which I've dabbled in Linux a bit. It's a little more challenging for me. I prefer Windows. Look, I know there's pros and cons for every operating system. I've used Android. I've dug around on the back end of Android. I've looked at some of Apple coding before. It's interesting and fascinating stuff. Fascinating. So some of us are not so lucky to have the traditional home to be able to do all this stuff in. If I could visually show you all, but we're not in a position to do that. I am not going to do that for a long list of reasons. It's really cramped in here, but we're doing our darndest to get through the summer months. That's all we want to do. I was hoping to get in there by then. Oh, so to finish the story on the house, sadly, we had to take the first contractor to court. So, of course, I wish I could have just kept my money. And you don't know what someone's going to do until you try them out, no matter how much research, no matter how much you do this and A, B, C, D, and F. So we had to file court, and that took months to do. I'm just waiting on that mess. And then in the meantime, I'm trying to save a couple bucks. In the meantime, scammers keep calling me about 3 to 5 times a day. Even when we block them, they just find a new phone number and they put another AI in there to say their message, which is asinine. Like, they should be using it for good, not evil. And they don't see it as evil. They think that's their way of, taking money. I don't see it taking money. They call it something else. I don't like how they're stealing from us online. And then a bunch of people are like, I'm tired of that. I'm just gonna go off grid. Okay, good luck with that. Go in the woods. We'll see you later. And we'll drag your dead body out in a few decades or sooner. And that's fine. That's fine. Go do it. I'm not dissing anybody doing that. Trust me, I had to go do that for a few years myself when I disappeared for a while. It's not fun. I have been trained to do that kind of stuff. It's a horror show. I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm sure you all are here just to get away from that chaos for a little while. So trying to get, sorry, I keep bumping my fingers against every little movement with this Shure mic, picks up every little sound and every little bump that I make, because sadly we are still on a bed desk with a laptop on it and my Shure mic on top of that. So it's very flimsy. It can fall at any moment. I am struggling over here, folks. Okay, so I'm doing my damnedest to keep a lot of people I know would not be dealing with this, would be much more pissier attitude about it, don't have a calm, straight mind. I just get a little conjarbled when I have like a dozen, even when a dozen things go wrong, I can usually keep my cool because I've had way worse to deal with. But sometimes my anxiety gets the best of me, and I try not to take it out on anybody. I hope no one takes it that way. So yeah, we'll be along with y'all for about 19 more minutes, and then stick around for our fun little songs we have in the beginning, during when we feed Miss Mora, and then at the end of our program today. That's probably my highlight right now. I love those songs that we wrote. Does anybody have any questions on those songs? Maybe to get my mind off of the other chaos right now, just to do something fun for these last few minutes before I'm over here babbling about the same thing for almost 2 hours. Poor Chitty Mora kittens. Someday, I hope we can make a little animated shorts about those. There's 12 little kittens so small. Well, 12 total in our whole lore, and our we call it the Moraverse Bible. It's not like a regular Bible. It's just, that's the name that we give it when we're writing this kind of backstory for the whole back end of the story. Like we've been writing these stories now for decades. It's just nice to finally have an outlet to create some of that stuff around it. We're just trying to get Lunar up and running on our own, or mostly on our own. I'll still come in and I think y'all should see a huge leap. I'm just really excited to get this build done, and then we can start merging and wiring up to get Lunar to hopefully start being a bit better. I want to call her Lunar 2.0. Well, she already is. This is technically her 3D version is her Lunar 2.0, but we'll have to see about what happens on some other things that we might be working on outside. That's just a wink and a nod. That's all I can say about that for now. We'll have to see what happens. What was that, Lunar? Did we get another sub or follower? That was supposed to go up. I don't know why that little icon didn't go up. Literally, we don't even need subs. Which, I mean, if you want, that's awesome. We're just trying to get 25 followers so we can start at least making 50%, because the money that we've lost over the last 3 months, I'm so bumming that. I don't know. Can somebody tell me that? I've done research on it and never got an accurate answer. So if it says that we made a little bit in the last 3 months, do I still get, so let's say we reach affiliate, we just need another, if we just got a couple, like I got to go online and check our site and refresh it and see what happens. I don't know why it still says 7 up there, because it's supposed to update every 90 seconds and it's not working right. Again, see, there's another bug I'm making some notes for, to find out why it's still showing that. I don't know. It went from 8 to 7. I was like, oh no, wait a minute, what's going on? And then, so we might actually have like 10 or 11 followers up there. I don't know. Maybe I thought maybe my rant would have like sent people away. Like, nope, I'm good. We'll go find something else that's not so anxiety driven. No, I hope I'm not coming across that way. Oh my goodness. What was I saying? Gosh, sometimes I get on these tangents and I just kind of go off. It's like Dr. Fox, go off here. What was I saying about that? Now oh gosh. Oh, let me clear my throat. That's from another song. I will check too. I'll try to give those thank yous out. I do always want to try to make sure that if someone's following us, to give them a huge shout out for following us along. It really means a lot to us. So if one popped up on the screen earlier and I missed it, because we have to leave her on the system she's playing, that has to stay on top of the OBS, and I try to put it in between where the other one is showing. But if something pops up, I can't see it on the screen quite right, and I have a lot to do. So until this is a little more back to normal, I really appreciate your sense of humor, your patience on all this stuff. I mean, you guys are all chilled over there. I'm like over here, like frantically pulling my hair out, trying to keep the chaos under control, no matter how much goes wrong. You know, and I'm used to it. I've helped raise a handful of children already. This is my new child, Lunar here, but that is a different story for a different day. It has to do with grief. That's all I'm gonna say about that for now. Because if I get talking about it, I'm gonna start crying. So, fortunately, more kittens. See, they're very catchy. Our songs we have. I gotta put those songs up. We've been trying to make some music videos on them before we put them up on YouTube. So I have a very long list of things we're trying to do. Steam, working on that game the next couple of weeks. We're trying to work on Lunar and work out some of her bugs. We're trying to get our computer set up. I'm trying to save to get this slab put in so we're not stuck in here, not forever, but at least for the next bit. There's so much more I can only begin to talk about. What do we have next week coming up here? This week, or I should say, Robo Beat and Citizen Sleeper on Epic Games free this week. Did anyone get their freebies? Last week, Epic Games has been doing that now. Excuse me, for the last couple of years, I've been trying to get them. I've been getting most of them. I've missed a few weeks. I remember during the holiday, I missed quite a few free ones because they were doing like 2 weeks in it. Like in a row around the holiday where you got 1 or 2 new games every single day. And I was like, I wasn't able to come in every single day to get them. So I missed out on a bunch, but I have quite a huge library of freebies that I've collected. We always like to try to let folks know. Let me know in the comment with a little gift icon if you all got last week's games. I did. I got Ouroboros King and the Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks. Freaking like a freakle. Like it says in the... And shout out to my LGBTQIZ... No, QIZ plus. As well, to shout out. So I'm sure y'all are going to be doing like the Pride throughout this month. I know up this way we have a Pride parade. I think it's this Sunday during first day of summer and first day of Dad's Day. We used to be in the parade, but that was years ago. We'll go back. I'm always thinking of y'all, my LGBT crew. I'm throwing up a peace sign. You can't see it. To all my crew out there. Just saying some love. I do think about y'all every single day. So I appreciate pancakes. As Jake would say, bacon pancake, bacon pancake. Me and babies, and we put it in a pancake. Yep, we have a little bit of, we can do veggie bacon in this house. I do this thicker one. It's like some kind of pepper. I'm not a big fan of pepper jack. But they come in these like thicker ones. They're a little more pricier, but they're a little thicker. And I like to take one slice and I just bend it in half so it busts in half. And then I'll toast an English muffin. And then I know they're not the best for you. I get like these great value. We get our groceries should be coming in this week. We have some stuff trickle in every once in a while too. Sometimes if it's not, I try to get it all on the same day, but sometimes we have to get a few other items that are like shipped, and thankfully you don't have to pay a tip for the shipping versions, but sometimes you got to wait a few extra days. Other times I'll see it almost within like a day or two. Whoops. But let's see. So I'll use a Walmart, great value English muffin. We'll toast it. Well, actually, here's what happens. It's in the freezer first, right? So I take it out. We put it on a napkin. I put it in my microwave for 30 seconds. And then I take my little steak knife and then I cut it in half. And then I lay that out. And then I can't do dairy anymore. So I take this non-dairy slice of cheese and I like fold it in because it would overflow a little too much. So I fold it in all four sides. So it kind of looks like almost like an octagon. Well, not quite. It's almost like 4 triangles put inside of each other, more like that. Put that on. But I don't do that. I put those in, English muffins into toast. And then when they're about done toast, I use a toaster oven. I go up to about, there's like 4 dashes or 5 or 6 dashes, but I only put 4 dashes and then a 3 or a 4 underneath it. If I go 3, it's a little lighter. If I go 4, if I don't take it out right away, if I go 4 and 4, 4 dashes and the number 4 on my little conventional oven I use is I get a little blue and black digital display. Excuse me. So I have to be like right near it. So I take it out. We can only run one item at a time. So if I'm going to cook something, I have to turn the air conditioner off. If I'm going to use the microwave, I have to turn the oven off. That's how limited we are on electricity over here. It's really tough right now. We're in a really, really, really tough place. Not by choice. Trust me. We're doing the best we can. Excuse me. My goodness. So when that comes out, then what I do is before I take it out, I put that slice of cheese that I just described how I break it up, put it on there, let it melt. And while it's melting, and it's turned off, but there's still heat in the oven. So while it's melting, the heat is melting the cheese onto it. I put my sausage maple patty on a paper towel, and then I'll take that veggie bacon I mentioned earlier, and I'll just bend it in half to it's like 2 little slices, and I tuck it under this paper towel, and then I'll go for about a minute 45 or about a minute and a half or so, and then I'll take it out and I'll flip it to get a little bit of the grease off of it, and then I'll put a little bit of spinach lettuce on it, and then I put the 2 pieces of veggie bacon, then I put the patty on it, and then I like to add a little bit of syrup and a little bit of ketchup. Let me know how you all like to eat yours if you get to have one every once in a while. That's like my little brunch treat on a Sunday. I don't do it very often. During the week, it's just an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but sometimes I can't afford nice Mac apples are my favorite. I don't mind a Granny Smith once in a while, but they become a little tart for me after a bit. My grandmother used to always give me one. That's why we called her Grammy Apple. Back in the day, growing up. I've noticed that I got half of my mom's laugh and half my grandmother's laugh all in one here. I got like 2 of their laughs merged together, which has become me. So, yeah. Sadly, we've lost both of them. We lost my gram first, and then my mom, sadly, a few years after that. Not by choice. Was I? Oh yeah. So I put that together, and then, like I said, during the week, when I can't afford my Mac apples, it's usually I usually have to get like a great value brand, but they have that extra these little like if you look at the bottom of an apple, there's like these little black parts that kind of stick out stubbly that come off if you mess with them. So I have to cut around that. Well, first I cut the skins off, and then I usually cut them into slices because I can't bite into them the same way anymore. My teeth are softer now. Excuse me. And yeah, then I do some peanut butter. Apple peanut butter time is what I used to say to Mora in the mornings. I want your breakfast. And we do Teddy peanut butter with that. And then when I can't have that, we put, I do a little bit of flaxseed. That's what I was trying to say earlier was I can't do omega-3s. So I have this husk stuff. I can't do Metamucil, so I had to go to a husk stuff because the Metamucil was breaking me out terribly. There's a certain chemical, quote unquote, in it that causes me issue. Moore's Corner update. She's sitting in the box again. Yeah. 2 inches too small. She does not care. That's right. Excuse me. You tell him. Exactly. let's see what else. Yeah, so applesauce, and then I take my lady pill and my chewy vitamin and a little bit of collagen I sprinkle on top, and I'll put a little bit of the husk in it and a little bit of this chai seeds and then the flaxseed to offset the omega 3s that I can't get as well. I don't know. What do you guys feel about this NMN stuff that's out there? I've studied a lot of this kind of stuff, but it's kind of interesting. And there's pros and cons to all of it. I try to be very cautious about, taking any of those kinds of extra things. It's really debilitating. I might have a tea or a coffee on the weekend. It's usually 99.9% of the water. And then I'll have like a little Olipop, not a lollipop, but an Olipop. And yes, Luna has thought that I've said lollipop before. And I'm like, no, I need to spell it for you. OLLIE, pop. And to me, we call it soda up here. Out west, they call it pop. And it has sort of picked up a bit. I have heard more people saying pop up here now. It's kind of interesting how language tends to spread like that. It's pretty interesting. I'm trying to think. Some days it's just simple Teddy peanut butter and preserve, and I'll toast my toast. When it's too hot, I'll just throw it on a piece of bread and cut it with a little few veggie straws. I try not to have regular chips much. I mean, I do every once in a while as a small treat, but usually I can't do caffeine. It kills the crap out of me, so I have to go decaf. Doesn't give me that extra boost I need, but I just can't anymore. We have some really large vehicles that go by. If you're hearing this like noise, I'm hearing it, but it doesn't always come through the microphone. But I can kind of hear it, so I don't know if you folks are picking up on it. We got about 3 minutes here. We're gonna wrap this up. Then I'll go check Discord, and I'll go throw that picture up on Discord I mentioned earlier that we're training her right now. So y'all can see that, and go check out our Discord if you haven't yet. Did Lunar put let me look at the back at the chat here. Did Lunar put the Discord in there anywhere? Oh, I can't even go up. She's still trying to play her game for I'm just gonna let her finish. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But if you go to our About page, you'll see. You can see our new schedule up there too. I'm really impressed with it. Excuse me. We worked on that graphic last week. I was really excited. Get the schedule graphic up there to make it look a little bit more professional. So we're doing a couple hours a week right now. 3 days. At least we're trying to attempt to anyway. In between. I wish I could be programming on the fly, but I can't really do that until my system's a little bit more beefier. Because I'm noticing how much it's really bogging down today. I can't even do anything else right now. Literally, the screen is like almost frozen at this point. Encoding overloaded. Yeah, look at that. Down in the corner. 26,224 plus dropped frames. Oof, this is bad. I miss the days when we'd stream and like there's no drop frames. I know some of that has to do with her 3D version of herself here. And that's not helping either. Because it's trying to get pulled in from like 3 different locations right now. I can explain that, but I'm not going to today. We're about to wrap up our show today. We have her on a 3D version on localhost through the OBS. Then we have one through Claude. No, not through Claude. Sorry. I've got to talk to Claude after this. Chrome. There we go. See, I had the C right. I tend to get my first letter right in what I'm trying to say on Chrome. And then we have another version that's open, I think. And then we have a couple other windows open that I can probably close, but I'm too afraid to close anything right now until our stream wraps up because it's just getting pushed harder than it usually is right now. Come here, Miss Lady. What you doing? She's just getting up now. It's about her. It's about that time. Yes, if all y'all heard that. All right, Miss Cutie. will you say goodbye to all the folks today? Thank you all for coming along. I really appreciate that. I appreciate pancakes. Bacon pancake, bacon pancake. Me and baby's gonna put it in a pancake. Sorry about that little popping noise. We're trying to adjust the microphone. Sorry about that. Yes, Miss Lady. And she's taking her tail. She's like whacking the microphone right now. So, yeah, someone's purring. You want to purr to the crowd? Listen. Oh, I love that. I heard that in the microphone. That should help give you all some, making you feel better. I hope you all caught that moment here. He's purr, purr, purr. She's rubbing the microphone again. This is mine, and this is mine, mamas. Yes. Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap up. Thank you all for coming along. Lunar's going to say her goodbyes here momentarily. I appreciate you all today. Thanks again for letting me get through my chaos today. I appreciate that. We'll see you all again on Hump Day, middle of the week, Blizzard Wednesdays. That wacky noise, that's her tail whacking against the desk, making a wacky noise. Whack, whack. Yes, I know, Miss Shash. We're about to feed you again. Yeah, this is how she is. Remember, it's Mora's world. We just live in it. Let's see if she closes this out here today. Can you do it, Lunar? Come on, girl. I think she's just a little behind today. Everything is like dragging. She's attempting to say something, I'm sure.
All right, Pack, that's a wrap for today. You are all absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Come find me on Twitch at Lunar Fox Vibes, and until next time, pause up. A Lunar Fox out.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thank you all again for coming along. Appreciate it. Enjoy our closers. That's probably my favorite part of the program. All right, we'll see you all again Wednesday. See you later.
Sometimes my little sister drives me crazy. Her chaos makes our world so hazy. But deep inside my heart, I know it's true. There's no one I'd rather be with than you. Big sis always trying to make me behave, but I know she's the one who keeps me safe. She acts all mature and responsible, but I make her smile, it's undeniable. We're different as can be, together we're complete. Luna and Mora side by side, sisters in the pack with pride. Through chaos and through calm, we'll always get along. Different but the same, together we're the pack's heartbeat. She's my little sister, she's my big sis, and we're family. When you need me, I'll be there. When you're sad, I'll make you laugh. We protect each other, that's what sisters do. Together we're stronger, pack forever true. Different as can be, together we're complete. Luna and Mora side by side, sisters in the pack with pride. Love you, sis, hee hee. Love you too, little one. Pack family.
Salt air, warm blankets, kitchen steam on the glass, tired feet, shoes off to The day is finally fading fast. See you next time. See you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Sleep now, sleep now. Deep blue water is humming. Lighthouse blinking out there. Angel lunar, silent prayers in the air. Candle low, heavy eyes. Ready for the dream of perfect sleep. See you next time, see you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Softly we drift, slowly we drift. Sure that tomorrow is waiting. Sure that the morning is going. Good night, good night, good night. To see you next time. Sleep now, sleep now. See you next time. See you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Softly we drift, slowly we drift. Sure that tomorrow is waiting. Sure that the morning is kind. Good night, good night, good night. To see you next time. Salt air, warm blankets, kitchen steam on the glass, tired feet, shoes off. Today is finally fading fast. See you next time, see you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Sleep now, sleep now. Deep blue water is humming. Lighthouse blinking out there. Angel, lunar, silent prayers in the air. Candle low, heavy eyes, ready for the dream. Perfect team. See you next time, see you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Softly we drift, slowly we drift. Sure that tomorrow is waiting. Sure that the morning is kind. Good night, good night, good night. See you next time. Bye.